Malaysia has banned all forms of open burning except for cremations and religious rituals as the country continues to choke under worsening
environmental groups for the government to enact similar laws like in Singapore against transboundary haze in a bid to bring the culprits behind the forest fires to
Forest
face
fires
justice.
are raging in neighbouring Sumatra and Kalimantan in Indonesia, and a persistent northerly wind has led to parts of Malaysia being blanketed in smog.
Adverse impact of 2015 Southeast Asian haze towards Malaysia's environment. The first one, they will affect the agriculture process in Malaysia. With the presence of haze, they will disturb the photosynthesis process of plants as there is an insoluble aerosols attached to the leaves, which can result as follows: lower the number of yield, lower carbon dioxide reduction, and increase in greenhouse effect, and as a result, plants will have problem in fertilization process, which can lead to less fruit production. From the haze itself can form the harmful substances in the atmosphere. Those harmful substances are created from the reactions between the pollutants and the components of the atmosphere. Here are the list of harmful substances. First one is carbon monoxide, which comes from the exhaust from the motorcycles or cars. Second one is sulfur dioxide, which comes from the few substances such as the petroleum and coal. Third one is nitrogen oxide, which comes from the indirect results of combustion. Fourth one is ozone, where in the atmosphere they protect us by screening out harmful UV radiation beaming down from the sun, while when it's from the ground, toxic pollutant that can damage health. The fifth one is CFCO, known as chlorofluorocarbon, which is emitted from the refrigerator and air conditioner. All of those gases also can cause global warming or climate change, depletion of ozone layer, and acid rain. So for the acid rain, they can make lakes and streams more acidic, which then can kill marine life. They can also deplete nutrients in soil and lead to reduced forest productivity.
How does phytoremediation as bioremediation technique help air pollution? Phytoremediation is a bioremediation process that uses various types of plants and associated soil microbes to reduce the concentrations or toxic effects of contaminants in the environment. Plant examples are ryegrass, sunflower, duckweeds, alpine bluegrass, blue-green algae, alfalfa. Plant characteristics: 1. Fast-growing. 2. Hyperaccumulator. 3. Hypertolerate. Various phytoremediation steps. 1. Phytoextraction. Contaminant is concentrated in the roots, stem, and foliage of the plant. 2. Phytodegradation. The plant enzymes help catalyze breakdown of the contaminant molecule. 3. Rhizofiltration. The plant roots release nutrients to microorganisms which are active in biodegradation of the contaminant molecule. 4. Phytovolatilization. The transpiration of organics. Selenium and mercury run through leaves of the plant. 5. Phytostabilization. The plant converts the contaminant into a form which is not bioavailable, or the plant prevents the spreading of a contaminant plume. Advantages of phytoremediation: 1. Reduce pollutants in air and improve air quality. 2. Low cost. 3. Efficient. 4. Eco-friendly. Disadvantages: 1. Contaminants can end up in the food chain and food web. 2. Long length of time required. Who discovered phytoremediation? Ilya Raskin of Rutgers University coined the term phytoremediation in a 1991 grant proposal to the Superfund program of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency (EPA). He used the grant to explore the potential for plants to purify soil and water contaminated with heavy metals.
Now let's talk about the conservation method. So what is conservation? Conservation is the care and protection of natural resources so that they can persist for future generations. It includes maintaining diversity of species, genes, and ecosystem, as well as function of the environment such as nutrient cycling. So in this case, conservation of the air is actually the protection and cleaning of the Earth's air supply. As stated earlier in this video, air pollution can be caused by any numbers of sources, including transportation, power plants, and also factories. This pollution can cause a number of significant health problems, so it is important to practice air conservation when possible. So here are some ways to conserve the air. First of all, the pollution of air can occur from any number of different sources. The fuel burned by cars and other mode of transportation is actually a major source of air pollution. So what can we do to change that? So first, instead of driving in an individual car, we should encourage people to carpool or take public transportation whenever it's possible. Likewise, efforts to conserve electricity used in the home can also help with the air conservation, as it can implement the use of renewable energy sources which are pollution-free to provide electricity. These are the sources of renewable energy that we can use, which is solar energy, biomass energy, geothermal energy, wind energy, and hydro energy. Other than that, you should also avoid burning leaf, trash, and other materials as well. This is because open waste burning releases significant amount of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Such compounds include carbon dioxide, methane, and particulate matter, which are typically associated with air pollution and can lead to severe case of respiratory disease. Next, you should also plant and grow as many trees as possible. The practice of planting trees provides a lot of benefits to the environment and helps with the release of oxygen. So how do trees actually clean the air? So tree actually cleans the air by absorbing toxic chemicals like nitrogen oxides, ammonia, and sulfur dioxide that settle on the leaf of a tree through the stomata or pores. and they effectively filtering these chemicals from the air. Trees also mitigate the greenhouse gas effect by trapping heat, reduce ground level ozone level, and release life-giving oxygen. If we continue with our current rate of deforestation, it will have a severe consequences on the quality of our air. So last but not least, government, both local and national, should also participate in the conservation of air. The restriction should be placed on the amount of pollution that some types of large factory can emit. Inspectors are assigned to measure the level of emission that are produced by certain factories and businesses to make sure that they are following emission laws that are designed to promote the conservation of air. So that is all from us. Thank you for watching.